Hey, I just wanted to, but first, before we even get into it, just say that the only reason why this episode is going up first is because the topics that I am talking about in this episode are happening like quite literally after the week where the last episode came on. So I figured, since I'm going to be talking about the certain things I'm talking about in a little bit, I might as well give you guys this so that whatever I'm saying is not like outdated by the time I actually get to it. But the episode after this will most definitely be that interview with Mariah Shug. I actually recorded it and I'm editing it, so you guys will get that as soon as possible. But this will be what you get, because especially also I'm gonna be talking a little bit about the Super Bowl. So right after this podcast goes up, that'll be on Sunday. So I don't want to be I want to be timely. I want to get everything out in a timely manner. So that's why this is how these are. Don't even worry about it. We'll be back to your regularly scheduled program. All right. Thank you. I'm going to say it again. Did you miss me? I said, did you miss me? This is episode 15 of the Zoom Out podcast. I said it's the episode 15 of the Zoom Out podcast. Okay. Hello. Welcome to the best podcast, the greatest podcast, my podcast. Hello, my name is Vaughn Johnson Baptiste. I am a senior communications major going to college, and I'm using this podcast as a little audio diary. So I appreciate you, anybody that decided to stop by and listen to me ramble for however long. Today's going to be an interesting episode, because I'm just going to be talking about I'm talking about the Grammys, actually. And this is like the first time that I'm even going to be talking about it. Cause mainly I didn't get to watch it. But I did get all of the news from it, which was very, very interesting, to say the very least. So I figured I might as well start off with, I'll be talking about that in a second, but we start off with the regular scheduled program. How I'm feeling. I'm feeling pretty good today. I am feeling a little bit overwhelmed with my work because I'm not really taking initiative. I'm kind of slacking a little bit, but it's also because certain things aren't able to get done solely by me, and that is why it's a little overwhelming. But I'm holding it down. I'm holding it together, and hopefully I'll be able to get everything I need to get done on a timely manner. And I'm feeling confident. I do have to get a little bit better at certain things, but it'll get better over time. I just got to practice on it. But yeah, aside from all that, I'm doing pretty good. Hopefully you guys are doing well as well. But all right, let's get into the nitty gritty of this episode. And today I will be talking about the Grammys. The Grammys was on the 2nd of February. And we got some really good award, like people winning their awards today. You know what I'm saying? It's really a good start to Black excellence. You know what I mean? Black History Month is right now. So, I mean, it's only right that the people that won got their how do I say this? They got their exposure or their acceptance for what they have worked on within the past year. So, of course, I'm going to start with the obvious. I don't want to end off with this, because we've been talking about Kendrick Lamar since all the way back in April. So I might as well get this out the way. This man is consistently able to do nothing but his victory lap. That is all he's been doing since the freaking get-go. All right. So let me tune you in if you aren't already familiar. Obviously everybody is familiar, but I might as well give a recap, right? So a song comes out by, honestly, Kendrick Lamar and Drake were beefing for a long period of time, like years and years and years, but it got to the point where Drake and J. Cole dropped a song called First Person Shooter, kind of alluding to the fact that, oh, we the big three, like we start in the league, and J. Cole saying that he feel like he's the best, and then Drake saying that he's the best, and then and he wasn't even giving Kendrick his flowers, but apparently, like, even though under on the sidelines, Kendrick was somewhat supposed to be on this record. I don't know. That's just something that was like a rumor, but yeah, there's that. And then Kendrick obviously didn't take a liking to that, and he had the idea of being like, no, I'm the best, so I'm gonna show you why I'm the best. And then he got on a song called Like That with Metro Boomin and Future on their We Don't Trust You album. And then he said, fuck the big three, it's just big me. And then he started making a couple jabs, friendly punches at Drake and J. Cole. And then, you know what I'm saying, Drake decided to make a response, and then J. Cole decided to make a response and then take it back very soon after, but without Kendrick even having to do anything. Then Kendrick dropped his first diss, Euphoria. That was kind of crazy. Drake dropped his response. Then, wait, no, Drake actually dropped another response before Kendrick even spoke again, telling him to drop. And then Kendrick proceeded. Kendrick decided to drop. You know what I'm saying? Like, he said, all right, you wanted this, let's do it. So they go back and forth. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm very biased. Kendrick Lamar killed that man. He killed that man. And Not Like Us was the nail in the coffin. And that song got played everywhere. Certified Lover Boy, Certified Pedophile, just like saying the most crazy shit and basically just ruining this freaking stupid reputation that Drake ended up like culminating for himself. So the beef basically ends, you know what I'm saying? Drake actually decided to look. Drake tried something and tried to drop Heart Part 6 and then dissed him back or like denied what he said, and everybody in unison was like, nigga, if you don't shut up. But after that, we move on a little bit further into 2024 to the end, and Kendrick drops his album called GNX, and then we get to knowing that right before that, when he dropped that album, he gonna be playing at the Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? And this is what I mean by these ongoing W's that he's taking. It's just consistent back to back that he's just getting wins off of this beef, and it's just insane, honestly. And the whole reason why I'm even bringing this up for the Grammys is that Kendrick Lamar won five different awards for Not Like Us. So I just wanted to real quick, just so I don't like mess up with what any verbiage that I'm trying to say. I have a couple clips here. I have a clip here of his acceptance response, so we can go ahead and give that a listen.
What's up with it? Oh, what the deal? Hey, what's up? First and foremost, all praise to the Most High. We woke up this morning. Rest in paradise, my auntie Sharon, she transitioned yesterday, so this is special right now, you know. She probably, you know, watching it from up there, so make sure y'all got your smiles on, right? You know, make her feel good. Dre, what's up? Doc Dre, what's up? Swiss, what's up? We're gonna dedicate this one to the city. Compton, Watts, yeah. Long Beach, Inglewood, Hollywood, out to the Valley, Pacoima, IE, San Bernardino, all that. You know, this is my neck of the woods that's held me down since a young pup, you know, since I was in the studio scrapping to write the best raps and all that, you know, in order to do records like these. So I can't give enough thanks, you know, to these places that I rolled around since high school, you know, and most importantly, the people and the families out in the Palisades and Altadena. This is a true testament that we're gonna continue to restore this city. And yeah, we're gonna keep rocking. My boy Mustard, where you at, man? What's up?
I ain't got nothing to say but West Side.
All right, so that was that was Kendrick Lamar and Mustard at the end there, and he's just shouting out all of the places like from his hometown, and just giving props to everybody that from where he came from, and that's really good. And he was even shouting out Dr. Dre, and there was another speech where he won, because he won many different awards, but there was another place where he was like shouting out Jay-Z. And it was so interesting to see the amount of wins that he got off of this record. So we'll go into the actual things that he won from this song, and it's the amount that it is absolutely mind-boggling. So he got Record of the Year, he got Song of the Year, he got Best Rap Song, he got Best Rap Performance, and he got Best Music Video. For all of these, this is what got Not Like Us of all songs a Grammy. That is the wildest thing. And also, this like marks being the first diss track to get a Grammy. And that being this being the case, like that is the wildest thing that I never expected to come out of that whole situation. I was not expecting that song to get a Grammy. And now that it did, it's even more of a nail in the coffin. Because like, and I know I don't even like the fact that we're like still kind of on the high of Kendrick Lamar's Not Like Us song. Like, cause granted, like it was a great track and it was fantastic, but I feel like at this point we like it's good to move on. I feel like Kendrick might even think that way too, because I feel like he, like, now that he dropped that GNX album, I feel like it's only right that he moves on with that, or he moves on into a thing that he's working on. So I really hope that like now that the song got these awards and all that type of stuff, it can actually we can surpass that and go to the next album and then this, that, and the third, and just see where Kendrick progresses after this, because I genuinely feel like, and that's my GOAT. So I have high hopes for where he's gonna go with that. The music video was amazing. He had a whole slew of people there in the music video. You know, seeing him dancing with Mustard in front of that restaurant. The choreography, even the precursor to that, which was the pop out show, where he brought every single person, like a bunch of gangs onto one stage and performed all of these songs. Like, it was so interesting to see. So like, given that, I genuinely cannot wait for where it ends up going after the fact, and I really can't wait for the Super Bowl, but we'll get to that in a little bit. But especially since now he has a suit, like he gonna be on the Super Bowl in a little bit. Man, this dude is living right now, and I respect it 100%. But for people that are living right now and killing it 100%, we have to talk about the next person in TDE that decided to you know what I'm saying, show their worth and get a Grammy as well. Doechii won Best Rap Album for Alligator Bites Never Heal, which is a mixtape, but it is what it is. It got Best Rap Album, and I love that album, so I feel like it was much deserved. And this is her speech to getting it. At the start, she is crying, so that is all the sniffles that you're hearing. Here it goes.
I don't want to make this long, but this category was introduced in 1989. And 2 women have won. Lauryn Hill, 3 women have won. Lauryn Hill, Cardi B, and Doechii. I put my heart and my soul into this mixtape. I bared my life. I went through so much. I dedicated myself to sobriety, and God told me that I would be rewarded and that He would show me just how good it can get. And I have to thank God. I need to thank my beautiful mother for coaching me. I want to thank my label, my engineer, Jada, for everything she did, my fans to the swamp. There's so many people out there who probably don't know who I am. I call myself the Swamp Princess because I'm from Tampa, Florida. There's so much culture in Tampa. Whenever people think about Florida, they only think about like Miami, but Tampa has so much talent. Labels, go to Tampa, there's talent there, okay? Thank you so much to my label, TDE, and everybody that helped put this together. All the producers on the project, I thank you. Thank you to hip hop. The last thing I want to say, oh my God, there's so much going on. What the fuck? Sorry. I know that there is some black girl out there, so many black women out there that are watching me right now, and I want to tell you, you can do it. Anything is possible. Anything is possible. Don't allow anybody to project any stereotypes on you that tell you that you can't be here, that you're too dark, or that you're not smart enough, or that you're too dramatic, or you're too loud. You are exactly who you need to be right where you are, and I am a testimony. Praise God. Tonight.
That is Doechii. That is Doechii with her acceptance speech for getting Best Rap Album, and I feel like it is much deserved. That is definitely, for me, top 5 albums of last year for me. I really enjoyed it. This is my first real introduction to a body of work from Doechii. Of course, I heard the What It Is song with Kodak Black, and then I heard a song, I'm forgetting the name of it, but it's with another artist, and I'm forgetting her name too, but it's just like, I've heard little things from Doechii and I've loved what I've heard so far. So me getting the opportunity to go ahead and listen to Alligator Bites Never Heal, it really opened doors for me, because I now realize, like, oh my God, there's another fantastic female rapper that is able to, like, wow me when it comes to the music that she raps about and stuff, like the topics that she raps about, and it's just her music in general just sounds so good. And even more so, something that I hated when it came to like the response after she came out with her album, people started saying like random things, and this kind of falls back into the Drake thing, but saying the phrases, oh, she makes church music, free the slaves music, slave music, saying these super, first of all, let's get it out the way to begin with. These are entirely racist and bigoted statements being said from people. And you can't change my mind on that. There is nothing that can be said that could make me not believe that that's the case, because there's no way that you are seeing two artists named Kendrick Lamar and Doechii that are sitting here and just making the music that is talking about their life, talking about what they've experienced, the struggles that they have realized they themselves have had to deal with as a black person, and also taking a reflection on what the actual culture around them is dealing with. And the fact that rap music specifically has been talking about this type of stuff since it was created. So the fact that you sit here and you will see the music that Doechii makes, you will see the music that Kendrick Lamar makes, and you want to make it seem like this is, oh, you making free the slaves music, you always rapping like you're trying to get the slaves freed. I'm like, is that not the most insane, racist, bigoted thing that you would hear from a fucking Trump supporter, or hear from a super right wing progressive man from Texas who has a freaking horse and a Ford Focus, not a Ford Focus, a Ford F-150, like. The archetype for people that would say these types of statements are the most insane individuals that have no mental stability and also just say whatever comes to their mind and are genuinely racist. So anything they say is just, it's embedded, like it's lathered with the racism. You can't like pick it apart and figure out the real, it's racist. That's all you can get from that. So seeing all of that, and then also seeing Doechii being able to be the third woman in 26 years. Actually, I'm sorry. That was for a whole different topic. I'm getting beside myself, but like being a woman of color who is able to get this award even after the backlash that she got from these random freaking Twitter bots or whatever the hell, it was so good. It was so good. And I fully am appreciative of the fact that she was able to do that. And it just is, it's something that is really, really important to know about and really important to like pull focus to. Because even though these people were sitting here and saying all these things about her, she still managed to get an award for what she has accomplished and basically shut them up in a certain way, because there's no reason for you to sit here and make it seem like she's anything other than a great fucking artist. But no, what people will consistently do is get on their phones, get on their whatevers, and sitting here and saying that she's just this, she's this, when she's just a fantastic rapper that has gone through whatever the hell she's gone through, and then proceeded to actually make something out of it. Which is why she said at the end of that speech, like, don't let anybody stop you from achieving your goal. Get there. Don't let anybody like sidetrack you from that. Go like head forward to it and don't stop, because I doubt this is her first album. She has many different albums, I'm pretty sure, and because of this, I'm even more inclined to listen to more of her music after this mixtape, and also the music that came out before, because I'm truly like, I'm kind of moved. I'm gonna be honest. I'm moved by her story a little bit, and it's super interesting to hear about, and it's something that is truly insane to me, and even more so. And this is another thing that also ties into this topic as well. Beyonce won album of the year and best country album for Cowboy Carter, and this was her speech for after she won.
I'd like to thank and acknowledge and praise all of the firefighters for keeping us safe. I just feel very full and very honored. It's been many, many years. Just want to thank the Grammys, every songwriter, every collaborator, every producer, all of the hard work. I want to dedicate this to Miss Martell, and I hope we just keep pushing forward, opening doors. God bless y'all. Thank you so much. Thank you.
And she 100% deserves that. She 100% deserves that. And the reason why I said this ties into the last topic is that even Beyonce has a level of like the people that were snubbing her and like people that weren't giving her credit just because of who she was, what her name entails, what the color of her skin was. And it's insane because she is now Beyonce is now the first black woman to win album of the year, like in 26 years after Lauryn Hill, with the Miseducation of Lauryn Hill, and then even with that, following earlier wins by Natalie Cole and Whitney Houston. So you can see how small the majority or the minority of black women that have gotten to the status that they have gotten to. And that is insane to me to hear that out of doing all of the things that she was able to do, she finally was able to get that credit, because Beyonce was getting snubbed for a while when it came to albums of the year. Now, granted, I'm gonna be honest, I wasn't really super tuned into her music. Love Beyonce, you know what I'm saying? She's a great person, a great artist, because all the songs that I've heard, but I never really listened to her albums. But from what I was hearing, those albums were like the best albums every single time they came out. And then they would end up getting snubbed by some random other person that decided to drop an album that sounds mid-tier at best. And that might just be because of how the voting was back in the days of the Grammys or other award shows. But I mean, after the Weeknd like boycotted the Grammys for the way that they were doing their voting, and they changed it. I mean, it's good now that once they changed it, she was able to get it from those 13,000 people that they kept saying during the Grammys that were voting for the best rap album, not just some random high exec that made the decision. And I feel like it's such an important thing to realize when it comes to just like never stop trying, because they have been like, I know Beyonce has been doing this for years. Doechie's been doing this for years. Kendrick has been doing this for years, and they're getting the recognition for what they're doing. And it's the most important thing when it comes to getting like getting your stuff out there and just being able to understand that even though you're not going to get awarded for what it is, you're still doing it. And that should be the award enough. And honestly, I take that into account for a lot of different things. Like me being in college right now, that's an award for me at this point. I mean, I didn't want to previously, but like, and I'm talking about that on like episode 29. So that's all the way at the end of my semester. So don't you guys worry. But when it comes to that, I'm just like, it's interesting to think about, and it's something that is genuinely interesting to me, and I can't wait to keep doing it, because the story of them being able to finally get to it after however many years it took for them, man, I can't wait to keep going. I'm gonna be doing this podcast for a long period of time, strictly off the muscle of that. And I fully believe that it'll come up. It'll get to where it needs to be. It'll get the followers that it needs. It'll get this, that, and the third. And I hope anyone who's listening to this podcast right now understands that they'll be able to get it too. And that is literally all that matters when it comes to being able to do what you want in this life, because life's too short to try and try to get the best thing out and get awarded immediately. Some things are going to have to take some time. And that's really the main crux of it. And to get back on topic with Beyonce, she, if memory serves, she got snubbed during the CMAs. She got during the country awards, and like she was able, like, she was obviously, she has a country album called Cowboy Carter, and it was nominated, but it got snubbed for a different album. I'm not too sure as to what that was, but now getting this Grammy after the fact really shows you that, like, regardless, you're going to get your recognition some way, somehow. It just has to be around a certain amount of people, or a certain type of people, a certain archetype of people have to be the ones that are like showing you, oh, you done something amazing. So here it is. Here's your credit. Here's your award for doing that. Now, granted, awards shouldn't be everything, which is why they were able to keep going, because obviously they love what they're doing. But when it comes down to being recognized or getting the recognition for what you're doing, it's always good to hear some type of recognition saying you did that, good job. That's always going to be the case. So them getting these awards and finally getting the opportunity to actually get what they deserved like a while ago, probably, or even right now when they deserved right now after going through that many years, that's what you need. That's what you need to focus. That's what you need to achieve the greater things in life. And I fully believe that when it comes down to that, that's all you need. And I truly believe that. So I just want to give a round of applause to every single one of them that actually was able to get this award or these awards, and they worked hard enough to do it. It's just funny that Kendrick Lamar's example is about Not Like Us of all songs, but I mean, it's still interesting to see. So yeah, I find that super amazing. Another thing that is super amazing is, which I don't have the, like, he wasn't able to be there to accept the award, but Chris Brown was finally able to get his goddamn recognition. This man has been dropping album after album after album. Granted, these albums are like 16 hours long, but this man has been dropping bangers after bangers after bangers and not getting any type of recognition because of obviously the controversy. But now they gave him the award for best R&B album for the deluxe edition of 1111, and the deluxe of that album, oh my God, that was a fantastic album. I loved so many different songs on there. I was listening to it for a solid minute when it came out. I might start listening to it again, but yeah, it's super great to hear that an actual album that deserved it genuinely was able to get it. And Chris Brown, I know Chris Brown was like hoping that he was there to just like to enjoy it, because I don't even think he knew he was going to get it, but it's just really good to know that, like, oh, now people are actually getting their recognition after this long amount of time. Now, granted, Chris Brown has a lot of controversy still around his name, but hey, like, he's still a great rapper. I mean, a great singer and all that type of stuff. And I'm just kind of glad that he got the recognition for the album that he came out with, which was really good. So yeah, there's that. So congratulations to Chris Brown once again. Next, this is a little bit of a niche one. And this is just because, like, as I was growing up, I came across Tank and the Bangers, which is just like it's a singing group. They do like more jazz type of stuff. At least I think so. I think that's a way to phrase it, but they have won the Best Spoken Word Poetry Award. Now, I can real quick see if they had an actual award, like speech, but I'm not too sure if they did. So let me quickly find that out. They did. Okay, here it is.
Oh my God. Wow. Oh my God. And the fact that they're playing Stevie Wonder, you know Stevie Wonder. Thank you so much, Academy. Thank you so much. We are Tank and the Bangers, and we want to thank our best friend Tavia, who is our manager as well. And we want to thank Verve Records and Tommorrow Joy and Robert Glasper and Humilian and James Poyser and Iman Omari and Austin Brown and Brian London. And oh my God, I'm so nervous. I don't even much know who to thank no more.
Thank God. Thank you, Jesus.
Thank you, God. And all the poets and all the spoken word artists that's in this category. And this is a win for poetry and poets everywhere, from the slam mics to the open mics to the Grammy stage. Thank you, John.
Courtney and Amari for letting me do this. I love y'all. Thank you.
Yet again, another group that truly deserves it. They came out with an album called the Heart, the Mind, and the Soul, and it was a very solid album. I really enjoyed it. It's a spoken word poetry album. And remember, well, I don't know if you guys do know this, but I do enjoy a lot of poetry, because there's poetry in music as well, and I always enjoyed it, even down to the poetry aspect. And I'm super happy that that album and this group that I found like a solid couple of years ago is finally getting some type of credit, and I just want to congratulate them because they deserve it, and they seem like a genuine great group, and I thoroughly enjoyed everything I've heard from them. I'm forgetting the name of the album that I first listened to, but that was like a solid couple years ago, and I loved that. I loved a couple songs off of that, and I just, after leaving and not listening to them for a while and then coming back and hearing these two songs from actually that album called Starting Over and Enjoy the Ride, yeah, they're great. and if they fully got into like the poetry bag, so like it's not, if you do go ahead and listen to the Heart, the Mind, and the Soul, I will say, don't get too hyped up on them talking on like quote unquote talking on beat, because it's a spoken word poetry album. Like it's obviously like the music is there. It's just like it's something that you just enjoy the vibe. You can keep listening to the music, and then you start to listen to what they're saying, and that's the more important part than trying to figure out like, oh, why aren't they talking on beat? Why is she like, I don't know, she's not following the beat. Like she is. It's just she's talking while she's writing, and for the song Starting Over, it's actually both. She actually has her singing the vocals underneath her speaking, her actually speaking and saying the words as well. And I'm so happy for them. I'm so happy that they actually was able to get the album award for that. I'm so glad that this is the direction that the Grammys went into. But yeah, I fully can't wait to hear what comes out of all of these artists after they just won these Grammys, because Doechii even came out with already with a little song kind of talking her ish after the fact, and it was super fun and super interesting to listen to. And yeah, she used the will she ever lose, man, I guess we'll never know thing from Kendrick Lamar. Like, it's not Kendrick Lamar, I'm sorry, from Kanye West. And amen. Fantastic. And there is one last award that I will talk about, which is Tems winning Best African Solo Performance for Love Me JJ. This is an amazing song, and I'm so glad that she won this. So here is her speech for winning the award.
Whoa. My heart is beating so fast. I'm so sorry. I do work out. But it's not coming, it's not showing up right now. Wow. Dear God, thank you so much for putting me on this stage and bringing me this team. And tomorrow is my mom's birthday, and this is her first Grammys. And I just want to thank you, Mom, because she's really done a lot for me and my brother. And oh my goodness, happy birthday, Mom. Thank you. And I want to thank my team, Muiwa Wale, my beautiful stylist, Dunsin Wright, my lovely girls, Yvonne and Rochelle and Kayla and Ashanti and Sarah. I love you guys. Thank you so much. To God be the glory, because honestly, He's changed my life so much. Thank you so much. Thank you, God.
Yep, and another person that truly deserved it. This might have been the best Grammys. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna just be honest. Might be the best Grammys. I'm gonna keep it a stack. I'm gonna keep it a band. I can't lie. This was a great Grammys, and I think everyone who won an award truly deserved it. And yeah, I can't wait to hear once again what all of these different artists do after the fact, because they worked this hard to get to where they are. Now I'm trying to see what they end up being like next year. And it's only the beginning of 2025. It's February 4th right now, so I can't wait to see where this goes. And especially that Super Bowl. You know what I mean? I want to slightly touch on that for 2 seconds. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Kendrick Lamar and SZA going ahead and performing at the Super Bowl halftime show. I can't wait for that. My boys, the Eagles, are going over to the Super Bowl on the 9th, and hopefully that is going to go the way that I need to. Saquon Barkley, or say Sean Barkley, whatever you want to say, going crazy. Jalen Hurts going crazy. Dallas Goedert going crazy. You know what I'm saying? I want everybody on that team to do what they need to do. I'm trying to see my boys win the game, man. I'm not like a super, you know what I'm saying, Eagles fan. I'm not a sports fan, but I was always an Eagles fan because of my brother. Shout out to Pierre. And I definitely now that I've actually gotten into the season this year, once the season started, and I've been seeing like the different plays, the spin moves and jumps from behind with Saquon Barkley, Jalen Hurts doing his thing, and all of these different things. I'm starting to really get into it, and it's of course with the hometown boys. How about them Eagles? How about them Eagles? My boys going to the Super Bowl. I can't wait for that, man. And I'm so excited for that, and even more so, I'm excited for Kendrick Lamar and SZA to be performing at the halftime show over in the Caesar Superdome in New Orleans, Louisiana. From the teasers, it seems as if it's going to be the two of them, and also I'm just putting this out there. It might be Tyler the Creator, just based off how the people in the background, because when he was saying that, I was thinking of a backup artist or something like that. He and SZA was coming over to him with the Gatorade bottle to dump it on him. The people that were walking in the background of that wide shot, it seemed like they were walking just like how the Chromacopia teaser was for Tyler the Creator. So I'm hoping that the connection there means Tyler the Creator is going to be there, because if that's the fact, that is going to be an amazing freaking time, because I am hoping that if he is, he plays Sticky and the whole crowd goes crazy because of it. And I can't wait for it. I can't wait. I want this halftime show to be so good. So I can't wait for it. I know that they're probably going to play 30 for 30, which is a good song. So I can't wait. I'm truly hoping they, honestly, I'm impartial when it comes to them doing, to Kendrick doing Not Like Us, because like as much as I like the song and as much as it's enjoyable and, dancing on Drake's grave, but like, I feel like we've pulled at the string a little bit too many times. We've pulled at the string of that song. Now I feel like there's a good chance that we just move on from this, because I have a strange feeling people are going to just simply call him the Not Like Us rapper. And I don't like that, because he actually came out with a whole album that people loved, including me, as you guys could tell from that episode that I dropped. But I can't, like, I want people to now that he got the award for that song, I want people to now move on to what the body of work that he dropped, the GNX song, the GNX album. I want people to dive into that and enjoy that album way more than just that song, or even the songs in general from the Beef. Because granted, the songs, fantastic songs, but when it comes down to the subject matter and the stuff that he actually was talking about in GNX, I want people to enjoy that album. That's why I said stuff like once albums get into your rotation, don't immediately let it go after like a week. Listen to it over and over again and enjoy it. You know what I mean? And I'm just really hoping that is the ongoing thing when it comes down to this album. And I'm hoping that moves forward into the Super Bowl, which is why, like, I'm hoping that they do a bunch of their their joint songs together, SZA and Kendrick. I'm hoping that SZA does a lot of really good songs from the SOS album. I'm hoping that GNX, a couple of them songs, man. Hey Now, I'm not gonna lie. I wanted to sit here and think of a list as to what I think the set list is gonna be like, because I wanted to say like it was gonna start with the dun 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 dun, and just kind of like move into that, and then move maybe into maybe Peekaboo or Squabble Up. I don't know exactly. So I couldn't think of how to do that. So I wanted to get this done and get this to you guys as quick as possible. So I figured I'll just talk about it. So yeah, I can't wait for this Super Bowl, and I have a strong feeling that it's going to be a solid time. And if my boys win, I will most definitely probably be downtown with the rest of the Eagles fans, losing our fucking minds. Because we about to win another Super Bowl, and I can't fucking wait. That's about to be amazing. There might end up being sports content on this goddamn podcast. So if I end up getting that much more into sports, y'all have that to look forward to. So if you enjoy sports and you want to help me out a little bit and going down this ride and learn a little bit more about it and like starting to enjoy it way more, please do. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm trying to make some money from these parlays. Anyway, but yeah, that's all I wanted to really speak about when it came to that album. I mean, to that situation. But for my final topic today, I wanted to talk about this fantastic album by The Weeknd called "Hurry Up Tomorrow." It dropped this past Friday. I'm pretty sure January 31st. And man, I gotta be honest with you, this album has been on repeat since it dropped. I have loved this album like the entire time. So a couple of notes that I actually want to get into before I actually like continue with my love for the album. I wanted to note that "Hurry Up Tomorrow" is the final project for Abel Tesfaye, which has the stage name that is The Weeknd. But in a 2023 interview, he said that he wanted to kill The Weeknd and shed that skin. He said he would most likely continue music. He just doesn't want to use the same name because he feels like it's kind of time to put that name to rest. And he feels like he said all that he wanted to say. So it kind of makes sense as to why this would be the final album for The Weeknd. Now, once again, I love this album. You know what I'm saying? There was so many different aspects to it that truly made me I loved it. There were beautiful soundscapes. There was such beautiful songs in there that the instrumentation, the synths, the different instruments that were used. Oh my goodness, there was so much work put into this album. I can tell. And if you haven't listened to it already, please go listen to it. Please, I beg of you, because you will enjoy it. Hopefully, I enjoyed it from start to finish. Because to me, it felt like I was floating the entire time from song 1 to song 20. And granted, it's an hour and some odd change long, but it actually goes by pretty fast because there are a couple interludes. So it's not like it's a stark whole time. And it's songs that you could just be like, okay, you didn't have to. Come on, man. It's not. With that album, to me, it didn't seem like there was a lot of moments where you would even have the thought process of, okay, this song was unneeded. There may be a solid 2 or 3 songs that I wouldn't quite frankly keep on the album. Songs that I took off and that I stopped listening to after the first listen. But for the most part, I say damn near this whole album. Some of the songs that I truly loved. Baptized in Fear, really like that song. There was Enjoy the Show with Future. Future had a great verse on that song, actually. They decided to just make a hit with that song, I'm gonna be honest. Enjoy the Show, I definitely recommend you to listen to that song. If you don't even want to listen to the album, listen to that song. And Baptized in Fear and Red Terror. Beautiful song. My favorite song on the album, though, Drive. I've listened to that song on repeat for the past 5 days, being so serious. So I thoroughly hope you guys go ahead and listen to this fantastic album as well. And after listening to Dawn FM that actually came out in 2022, this was definitely a great follow up. And it actually, I didn't know that there was a trilogy going on, with Dawn FM being the first album, After Hours being the one after that. I don't think I listened to that album actually all the way through. And then this being the final album because of him saying that he said it all he has to say. And it's super interesting to me, and it was a great follow up after the fact. And I'm about to listen to that song after. I'm gonna listen to this album after I leave here. Actually, I'm gonna be thoroughly honest with you here. And just an overview of the album, the progression of the album sounded as if he was starting to show where his life was going, and basically showing it in an audio sense of him wanting to tear away from his past self and become more close to some kind of figure that was guiding him to be better. It definitely sounded as if it might have been some type of God that he's believing in, or it's a person that he's following down this religious path or something like that. And it didn't sound super churchy. It just sounded like ethereal. I don't know. That's just a word that came to mind just now. Ethereal. It just sounded super vibey, something that you could just listen to, close your eyes, and just enjoy it through and through. So yeah, I feel as if it showed a great progression of where he started versus where he wants to be, and I thoroughly think Anyone who enjoyed his other albums will definitely love this album, and I wholeheartedly believe that. Yeah, and the only other thing I have to say, because I missed a point when it came to the Super Bowl. John Batiste is actually going to be singing the national anthem, and I feel like that's going to be the best person to do it because his voice commands so much attention, and also just like he's a great musician himself. So him doing the national anthem is definitely like going to be something good. But yes, one final time. Go listen to the Weeknd's final album, Hurry Up Tomorrow. Go listen to The Heart, The Mind, The Soul by Tank and the Bangers that just won a Grammy. Please go listen to that. It's a solid album. Please go listen to 1111 by Chris Brown if you haven't already. Please go listen to Cowboy Carter by Beyonce if you haven't already. Please go listen to Alligator Bites Never Heal by Doechii if you haven't listened to. That's a fantastic album you're missing out. And go listen to GNX by Kendrick Lamar if you still have yet to do that. I know that there's a bunch of memes that and a bunch of like things from the songs that you guys could probably be like discouraged from listening to that album, but like I'd say give it a try. There's nothing wrong with giving it a try. Definitely go ahead and do that. And when he screams mustard, don't worry about it. Just enjoy it because it's funny. You know what I mean? But all right, you know what time it is. I just by the way I speak at this point in the whole situation, you should know what time it is. I've been speaking to you guys for a solid 50 minutes, so I feel as if it's time to get on out of here. I just want to say thank you guys so much for stopping by. This is the Zoom Out podcast, and I truly appreciate anyone who decided to listen to me talk. This is a podcast that I truly hope ends up going in the right direction. I want to continue this podcast for the next years. I want to keep doing this. If I have the opportunity to, I'm gonna bring some guests on, and it might be even like a couple friends of mine, and they might continue doing the podcast with me, and I just have to figure it out. It'll either be a podcast, I just bring them on whenever I want, or it'll just be me. But if you guys have enjoyed this podcast, please go ahead and rate this show 5 stars on Spotify, Apple Music, anything that you are listening to with this. Please go ahead and do that. And yes, I appreciate anyone who's here, stopping by, listening. You guys will definitely get the Mariah Suge interview next week, right after this episode drops. And yeah, you guys have a fantastic rest of your day. Be in the lookout for that new episode. I really appreciate all of you one last time. I love you. Mwah. I'm gonna kiss you on your forehead. All right, thank you guys so much for listening. This is the Zoom Out podcast. It has been real, and we will be right back. Peace. Still listening, I want you specifically to have a fantastic day. Y'all are amazing, and I want anyone who is consistently listening to this podcast to know that I love you. You're a fantastic human being. Thank you so much for stopping by every single Thursday at 2 p.m. to listen to Vaughn Johnson Baptiste talk about whatever is on his mind, because this is my audio diary, and I'm just glad that you guys have decided to listen. Now you specifically, please have a blessed rest of your day. All right, you take care.
Thank you.